What's up, minifigs? Welcome back to Hunter's Lego Room. Today we're going to be looking at set number 76991, Tails Workshop and Tornado Plane. It has 376 pieces, 2 minifigures, and retails for $39.99 in the United States and released back in 2023. This set has 4 characters, and 2 of them are our minifigures. Our first minifigure is Sonic the Hedgehog. He has fantastic printing. This is just overall an excellent minifigure. His head mold gives off the shape and the design perfectly as a Lego version of Sonic. Fantastic printing for the ears. He has kind of a smirk on his face. The other Sonic figure has just a general smiling expression, but I like that this one's got a bit more of a cheeky expression. He's got nice white gloves on and dual molded legs to represent his shoes, as well as some side leg printing down here at the bottom to represent the buckles on his shoes. And honestly, it's fantastic. This is a great minifigure, and I love to have a Lego version of Sonic. I was a big fan of the games. I still am. I'm a big fan of the Sonic games, so having Lego Sonic is honestly just so nice. Our next minifigure is right over here. We have Tails the Fox, and once again, fantastic. All of the Lego Sonic minifigures are pretty much perfect, if you ask me. Some great detailing. Once again, dual molded legs for the shoes. He has a great just general expression on and a fantastic head mold with just a general smiling face, as well as a nice piece for his tails that just they're a little rubbery, so they're a little bendy, but again, this is a fantastic minifigure. It looks great, and it's so cool to have these characters in Lego form. And our last characters are right here. This is what's known as the Buzz Bomber, and it's just kind of a little bee robot with a nice printed piece for the eyes and some teeth right here, some wings, and this is going to be his kind of cannon on the front, as well as thrusters right here, and they give him a nice clear stand, so that way he's kind of hovering on over the ground because it is a flying robot. And you'll notice inside his cannon right here is a little bubble. And this is our last character, which is known as Clucky. And it is just one of the little animals from the Sonic games that's usually inside powering the robots. And this is absolutely perfect. Great printing, nice bright colors, and a great mold. So yeah, all the figures in this set are great, and now we'll go ahead and take a look at the builds. Our first build is Tails Plane, known as the Tornado. You have just a nice red, white, and gray color scheme here, and this is just, it's perfect. It looks exactly how it should, just like it would in the games. You have some actually lightsaber blade pieces used here to keep the wings separate. You have 2 little wheels on the ground, so that way you can kind of move it on the ground a bit easier. You have a nice propeller in the front that spins very well. And you just have one little lever here for controls, as well as a glass piece to represent like the windscreen. You have a nice printed piece here as like a little Tails logo that goes through both sides. And yeah, this is just a very nice plane. You have 2 little spots to interact with it. First, right here, you have a spot to put your Tails minifigure. And this way he can be flying the plane, and it's not done yet because one of the things you see a lot in the games is Sonic standing on the plane, so that's why they leave that little spot open, so that way you can have Sonic on the plane flying around, and this just does the games justice. I think they nailed this look. It is a great aspect of the set. It looks really good. One other thing we'll look at before we get on to the rest of the builds are these new ring pieces Lego's made, and they're kind of meant to be hovering in the air. That's why they're given these clear stands, and I believe the point of them is so that you can take Tails' plane and kind of fly it in and just knock over the rings to kind of act as though you're collecting them. But this is a great little mold. You have 2 ways a character can hold it. You can either put it just on the hand like that, or they can be holding the ring, and that is all there is to it. But it's just a nice little way to add more Sonic stuff into Lego, because rings are a big part of the Sonic games' identities. Here we have Tails Workshop itself. On both sides, you have some nice little flowers, as well as some light and dark pieces to represent the ground of Green Hill Zone, where I assume this shop is located from the games. You have up here at the top a little Tails logo once again with the two tails. And you also have a nice ability to customize this, kind of pose it how you want, where it can be kind of angled. The sides fold in on both ends, so you can kind of have it at an angle or in kind of like a square shape. Here you just have a nice doorway. Here's the size compared to our Sonic minifigure. It'd be kind of cool if you had a way to get the plane inside the workshop, but obviously not quite enough room for that. So going ahead, spin around to the back here, we'll open it back up. Over here on the left, we have a nice little spot for Clucky, which just has a plant and a little water bottle. You have some tools, and you have clips all around the place for tools. You have a hammer and a wrench here. A crowbar here. Over here, you have a little handheld scanner, which we'll go ahead and give to Tails so I can get a nice close-up of that. You have a very nice printed piece there with a lot of little details on it, and this is just a nice little tool. Back over here, we have another printed piece here and here, and one of the 7 Chaos Emeralds here, and I believe this is just a little area to be running tests on it or scanning it in some way, which I think looks great. It's just a nice little build. Not too much depth to it, but I don't think it needs it. Going ahead, we're going to put that to the side, something you would find in the workshop. This is Tails' little workbench. You have it on wheels, so that way it can move around with some little weight pieces there on the bottom. You have a little handle here, so that way someone can grab it and, say, move it around. You have clips on both sides, once again, for tools, as well as a place on top for the scanner to be placed. Inside the drawers, you have, in the bottom drawer, just some little sweets for a minifigure to hold. And in the top drawer, you have just another little piece for a scanner or something to take readings or something. But I like the little cart. I think it's great. Just a little addition, something to have kids play with. I think that adds a little bit. And lastly, we have a little kind of beach chair, which just has 2 little spots here and here to angle, but you can just take Sonic and have him relaxing on it, which I think is kind of perfect. I think it's so nice to have just a little spot for him to sit. He's known to like lying down and relaxing, so I think that's just a great little look to it. So to bring it all together, this has 376 pieces and retails for $40. I do feel like that is maybe a little high. I feel like if you can get this $5 to $10 off, it would feel a lot better. You get 2 minifigures, but 4 overall characters with the Buzz Bomber, Clucky, Sonic, and Tails. Some rings here, a nice little cart build, and kind of like a nice facsimile of a little workshop with just some little details inside, as well as an excellent plane build, which I think really adds a lot. If you're a big Sonic the Hedgehog fan, this is a great set to pick up. I would love to do more Sonic reviews in the future, and if you would like to see them as well, please let me know. Thank you once again for joining Hunter's Lego Room, and I will see you all in the next video.